Top 10 Most Terrifying Places in the World You Should Never Visit. Smack dab in the center of Turkmenistan, a flaming hole. A church constructed of human bones not far from Prague. In a little Japanese community, there are approximately 10 times as many life-size dolls as people. Our Earth may be large and beautiful, but it also contains plenty of unsettling and enigmatic locations that are just waiting for the next morbidly inclined tourist to visit them. These are some of the most terrifying places on Earth, from snake-infested islands to amusement parks with hellish themes. Number 10. Bolivia's North Yungas Road. It is a perilous journey from La Paz to Coroico, Bolivia, at a height of more than 15,000 feet. The North Yungas Road perilously winds its way through the Amazonian rainforest. It is simple to understand why this 50-mile stretch of roadway has been given the moniker the Death Road when you take into account the terrifying elevation, in addition to the 12-foot wide single lane, absence of guardrails, and constrained visibility owing to rain and fog. The North Yungas Road once saw 200 to 300 fatalities yearly, but it is now more of a haven for daring mountain bikers than a traffic artery. Number 9. Nagoro, Japan. Nagoro is a little Japanese village with one extremely distinctive characteristic: a life-sized doll population that is nearly 10 times larger than the human population. Tsukimi Ayano, a resident, created doll copies of her neighbors after they passed away or moved away. The unsettling doubles can be seen throughout the town in a variety of settings, including elderly couples relaxing on benches outside of buildings, students filling full classrooms, and fishermen lounging on the bank of a river. Nagoro is now a strange and rather creepy toyland. With over 350 dolls and 27 breathing humans, the youngest is over 50. Number 8. Šiauliai, Lithuania's Hill of Crosses. Since the 14th century, crosses have been erected on this hill in northern Lithuania. In the past, the crosses represented a longing for Lithuanian independence throughout the medieval era. Following a peasant rebellion in 1831, locals started constructing additions to the memorial in honor of the fallen rebels. During the Soviet occupation that lasted from 1944 to 1991, the hill once again turned into a site of opposition. Soviets destroyed the hill and cross 3 times, but the villagers kept rebuilding them. There are already more than 100,000 crosses packed close together, crashing against one another like unsettling wind chimes. Number 7. Mexico's Island of the Dolls, located in Xochimilco. Xochimilco is well known for its Isla de las Muñecas, also nicknamed the Island of the Dolls, despite its history and position as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The little island, which is tucked away among the borough's numerous canals, is well known for its hundreds of hanging dolls and doll parts. The Chinampa, which is equivalent to an artificial island, was once the genuine residence of a now deceased guy named Julian Santa Barrera, even though it appears more like a horror film set than anything else. Barrera gathered and exhibited the toys after discovering a dead girl's body in a nearby canal to stave off evil spirits. Those who are feeling very daring can rent their boat, try to talk the driver into stopping by, and observe it safely from the water. Number 6. Taylor Glacier in Antarctica. The 5-story, blood-red cascade of Taylor Glacier, sometimes known as Blood Falls, may resemble a geological crime scene, yet it is an entirely natural phenomenon. The phenomena first appeared around 5 million years ago, when a microbe-rich lake beneath the glacier was locked off. The water's concentration of salt and iron increased as it was cut off from light and oxygen. The iron gives the water its hue while the salinity, about 3 times that of the ocean, prevents it from freezing. Then we get to view the bloody display as it seeps out from a crack in the glacier. Number 5. Pennsylvania's Centralia. Thanks to its thriving coal mines, Pennsylvania's Centralia was a small but thriving town from the late 1800s through the 1960s. However, the linking tunnels allowed the flames to spread below when a mine unexpectedly caught fire in 1962. Though they were aware of the problem, the locals weren't particularly alarmed until 2 isolated incidents a few years later. In 1979, a gas station owner reported unusually high gasoline temperatures in his underground tanks, and in 1981, a young boy came dangerously close to falling into a 150-foot deep sinkhole in his backyard. Since such unsettling incidents, the town's population shrank significantly. Despite having only 7 individuals as of 2014, the year of the most recent census, Centralia appears to be completely deserted when you arrive. You'll see numerous demolished structures, cracked, graffiti, covered Route 61, and many crumbling sidewalks if you ever find yourself in the deserted city. Number 4. Germany's Belitz, Heilstätten Hospital. This old hospital in Germany indeed seems unsettling. The Belitz, Heilstätten complex, about 50 minutes south of Berlin, served as a tuberculosis sanitarium from 1898 to 1930. During World War I, it also housed victims of machine guns and mustard gas, including a young soldier by the name of Adolf Hitler who had been shot in the leg. The hospital later served as a significant treatment facility for Nazi soldiers during World War II, and from 1945 until the collapse of the Berlin Wall, it served as a Soviet military hospital. Although much of the structure is vacant, a few hospital units are still in use as a neurological rehabilitation facilities today. The surgery and mental wards have both been abandoned, allowing them to deteriorate and succumb to nature and vandals. The result looks like something from American Horror Story. It is undoubtedly not a fun day excursion for those who are easily frightened. Number 3. The Gamantong Caves in Malaysia's Sabah. The Gamantong Caves in Malaysia are a geological marvel with limestone walls as high as 300 feet in some places, but tourists frequently describe the experience as one of the most repulsive wildlife encounters they've ever had. The ground at Gamantong is covered in impossibly thick layers of guano, sometimes known as bat excrement, due to the more than 2 million bats that call it home. Additionally, avoid slipping at all costs because the railings are equally dirty as the ground. If you can get through the river of bat feces, you'll come upon a few million scurrying Malaysian cockroaches. Number 2. San Frutuoso, Italy's Christ of the Abyss. The original Jesus statue is situated in the Mediterranean Sea off the coast of San Frutuoso, yet there are other copies of it scattered over the ocean floor, including Key Largo, shown in the picture. Italian diver Duilio Marcanti commissioned the 8-foot tall depiction in 1954. At the precise location where his friend Dario Gonzatti passed away while scuba diving a few years earlier, Marcanti wanted to erect some kind of tribute. Christ of the Abyss was thus born. Particularly with the deity's outstretched arms and upward gaze, the effect is faintly eerie. Number 1. Pripyat, Ukraine. Pripyat is the quintessential example of strangely deserted locations found all across the world. Founded in 1970, the city had about 50,000 residents before it was completely evacuated following the Chernobyl accident in 1986. Since the evacuation, Pripyat has remained an abandoned city, even though all of its structures, furnishings and other indications of life are still exactly where their previous occupants left them. In classrooms, worn-out literature can be found, decomposing dolls are left in cribs, and pictures are still in their original frames. How was the video? Do you enjoy it? Tell us in our comments section below and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more updates.